Have you guys seen the Call of Duty reveal trailer? Okay, I'm excited because it seems like both Fortnite and Call of Duty have placed pressure on 2K to make a good product. Previously, I thought the only way 2K would have pressure on it to actually listen to the community and do what they want and come out with all this and that is if another game in its genre competed with it. And what we know about NBA Live is that whether it's inexperience or lack of ability, whatever the case is, they just have been unable to come out with a product that can compete with 2K. Like 2K destroys and instills every single year. Nobody respects NBA Live because the animations look wonky and they just haven't been fixing really generational issues at this point. This is not an NBA Live rant. Well, it could be, because if NBA Live just came out with a good product 5 years ago, we'd have great basketball games. Imagine that. NBA Live dominating over the 2000s is what motivated NBA 2K to come out with bangers like 2K10 and of course 2K11. So that's what I thought was required. But check this out, Fortnite blows up, right? We find a lot of people in the 2K community like, what? A free-to-play game that doesn't have insane microtransactions, that's fun to play by myself or with my friends? What? And then everybody in droves across not just 2K but all games start migrating to this one simple free-to-play game with this newer concept that's very enjoyable. This is where it gets interesting. I'm kicking back one night, I'm watching some videos. One of my favorite YouTubers, Clean Price Gaming, and he talks about the whole gaming industry, but he made a video talking about why everything Fortnite touches dies. And one of the things he talked about was this.
The 2K market is over there playing a game about currently shooting Thanos from the Avengers. That's where 2K's market has gone.
And here I thought it wasn't possible for it to be the case, but Fortnite is placing pressure on 2K to make a good product. Meanwhile, Fortnite is also placing pressure on Black Ops 4 and Activision. They're encroaching on their territory. Previously, Call of Duty was dominating consoles, of course. And under the pressure, it seems like Black Ops 4 might be a banger. And that's not including games that are gonna come out, bro. I'm buying The Crew 2. Of course, everybody's copping Red Dead 2. Like, there's so many potential bangers. This is a do or die year for a lot of games. I think it's fantastic that people stood up to EA when they came in with those crazy microtransactions on Star Wars, and then they reversed those and they trickled a little bit back in, but what they realized was you can't just take advantage of consumers and expect them to just sit there idly. EA has won the worst company in the world like 4 times. I think the number is 4. EA is quickly realizing what Ubisoft already realized a few years ago. You have to repair your reputation and your brand if you want people to respect you and have long-term success. What Ubisoft did was they turned everything around after the whole Watch Dogs debacle and the downgraded graphics, the same thing with The Division. They not only turned around Rainbow Six to one of the most popular games on PC right now, but they're attempting to do the same with For Honor. They're doing the same with The Division. And it's like, wow, it's like Ubisoft 5 years ago, you wouldn't be able to tell is the same Ubisoft today. EA, I hope at least, is at the start of that transformation. Although it's EA, so we never really know. And I'm hoping this is the start for 2K. Every year, microtransactions get crazier. We know. Every year, we're sold these promises, and the playground was cool. We all know the concept was great. What? We could walk around a whole map, but there was little convenience, and the execution was poor, and for that reason, it was just a very dry, gray, boring game to play. The same reason Madden kind of just stalled out is they don't really have any competition. But now 2K does. It's coming from the guys like Black Ops 4 who just announced a Battle Royale mode. It's coming from the guys in Rockstar who are gonna drop Red Dead 2. Of course, it's coming from games like PUBG or Fortnite as well. But 2K is in a really weird spot, a lot like Call of Duty. If you guys paid attention to the Call of Duty Black Ops 4 community reveal, you would have noticed there was 2 groups of people. One saying, yo, this is dope, and the other saying,
this is ass, I don't like this at all.
2K is a lot like the same. Anytime 2K tries to introduce something new, people are like, yo, what is this bullshit? Hey, all we wanted was this, bring back this from this game. And so 2K is kind of just caught in a spot. Do they try and do something different, keep it new and fresh, or do they try and do the same thing and then potentially risk it being stale or boring? Every franchise at a certain point that reaches a certain peak in popularity has to go through that same exact dilemma. I think Call of Duty's attempt to snake their way out is Battle Royale. We don't know what 2K's is yet. Here's what I do know, right? The developers that work on 2K, they're not just kicking their feet up, relaxing, not really putting any effort, like, hey,
2K, we don't really care about this game.
Like, it's all they do when they're awake. Like, it's an incredibly intense job, I know. So of course they want the thing they're spending most of their time on to be good, to be a great product that's received well. But sometimes, like, I just think to myself, how is it possible? When you look at Fortnite, they have pages and pages and pages of patch notes. You could just keep scrolling and opening new pages, and they just have all these lists of improvements and changes they make every single week. How is it possible that 2K makes changes on such a slow, like, caterpillar-like pace? I heard the Overwatch community complaining about the exact same issue. Anytime there's an exploit or a player is overpowered, it takes Blizzard like 3 months to fix the problem, and that's ridiculous. Here we have Epic Games working at this rapid pace, all this happening, you just keep scrolling, and there's so many changes, and you're like, what? They added that? That's so dope. They're adding new guns and new modes, and you're thinking to yourself, how? When we haven't seen a patch from 2K in months, or a meaningful patch ever. We haven't seen problems that are really making the game tiresome, boring, repetitive, like the snatchbacks and the bull buys, right? We haven't seen new parks, any sort of new content, nothing. When you sit back and think about it, Take-Two, the company that owns 2K Sports, also owns Rockstar. And like, they own all of these developer teams, and they have so much money and so many resources. You would think a product like NBA 2K18 that makes so much money, not off just initial sales, but also off microtransactions, would have so many resources, they'll be able to do the same thing as Epic Games. I keep saying this, and I don't know whether it would be the better decision, but it was definitely worth exploring. I heard, I believe it was a CEO of EA said the same exact thing, is it might just make sense to drop a game once, call it NBA 2K, and then just release new content for it, the same way Overwatch does, or Rainbow Six does. Why do we need new games every single year? Why don't we just come out with new maps every 4 or 5 months? And forget the new game. Of course, some people are gonna be taken aback.
What, Agent? You wanna change stuff? I love the same old stale, boring process that's clearly not working. I wanna do more of it.
CSGO, Rainbow Six, Fortnite proved to us that you don't need insane pay-to-win microtransactions to make a lot of money. Really, all you need is a good game. And then from there, drop some skins, some cosmetic items, occasionally, but the way it's done now is crazy. And so I have hope now, especially after watching that Black Ops 4 trailer. Black Ops 4 and 2K are in the same situation. Black Ops 4 has to make a decision. Do they want to be stale, boring, or do they want to be exciting and new? And they're trying a whole bunch of new stuff. Who knows if it'll work out, but I'm just tired of stale and boring. 2K, we don't know. We probably won't know until a month before launch, or sometimes if we get lucky 2 months before launch, we might get some sort of announcement trailer or something like that. I think 2K knows that their numbers this year were dreadfully low, just in terms of the user base. They know that people will lose interest in the game if they don't manage to do something different, unique, and interesting. And it's not on us to think of those ideas. We just have to give feedback on what works and what doesn't. They're the ones paid in these boardrooms to come up with these brilliant ideas for how they're gonna keep the game interesting and how it's gonna have long-term success. I hope it does that. We know because of RONNIE2K, they're probably, most likely, he said they were gonna bring back the neighborhood in NBA 2K19. It's probably gonna be a different neighborhood, or we don't know what the neighborhood's gonna consist of. Can we have spawn points so we don't have to run around places? Can the skateboard be a little bit faster so we can move places quicker? There's a million things. Private Pro-Am. The 2K League has it now on LAN. Can we do it online? People have been begging for it. Can we have a ranked mode? Fortnite literally just came out with a limited time ranked mode. Can we just have something to divide the competitive and the casual guys so we could both have the type of fun that we want from the game? There's so many unanswered questions, but seeing Call of Duty presumably step up, could be a garbage game, who knows, presumably step up, makes me excited. Yo, are y'all copping Call of Duty? I don't know if I want to be finessed again, right? Every time you get excited about Call of Duty, something left happens. But Battle Royale, that is crazy. Honestly, at this point, I don't even care if it has a story mode. I don't ever play it anyway. Except Modern Warfare 2. I have the Platinum Trophy on PS3 for that. NBA Playgrounds is barely any competition, not even really the same game as 2K, so it won't make a dent. NBA Live, I don't know if that game will be forever trash. I just hope it won't, but at this point, I have zero optimism for that game. So who knows, man? Maybe Fortnite and Call of Duty and Red Dead 2 will be enough pressure for 2K to make a good product. Until then, I'm gonna catch you guys later. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Drop a like on the video if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Do all of that in that order. I'm out. Peace.